Hi everybody, this is JK. I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I'm looking for when we talk about sketching out our zines, or just generally when we're trying to make a detailed sketch. So this is my zine. I just worked on the cover of it, and I'm going to be calling it Guiding Light Albums, and I'm drawing a different album and adding details about each album on each page. So I'm going to start with my Mary Poppins page. This was an album that I listened to a lot as a kid, and I'm going to show you what not to do and then what to do. Okay, so generally speaking, when we're thinking about a sketch, I think we usually focus on the center of the page first. Okay, so if I was to draw the Mary Poppins album, okay, I know that it's got the square, okay, and then I've got, kind of goes like A-R-Y P-O-P-N-S, like that, and then the R kind of goes like that. So that's the start of my album, and then I know that there's picture of Mary Poppins right here. This is like an old Disney movie that I watched every single day at daycare. Oh, this is not very good, but that's okay. And I listened to the album every single night to go to bed. So this album's really, really important to me. And I know the album cover pretty much by heart. So I'm just drawing that out, okay? And then I know that there's some clouds in front of her. Bert's behind her, that's like her sidekick. Okay, so let's say that I sketched out my album, okay, and I call that good. And I say, I liked Mary Poppins as a kid. Okay, let's say that I just added this. Okay, we've still got a lot of blank space going on around this album, and we've got some text up here, but I'm not really explaining why this album meant so much to me, what this album was about, you know, what this album represented. So when we're thinking about making a detailed sketch, I want y'all to really start getting in the habit of thinking about, you know, the initial center image, okay? So I've got Mary Poppins, right? But then think about how you can expand. How can you work from one corner and then add in detail, okay? So for example, here's my actual Mary Poppins album sketch, okay? And you'll see that my album is actually pretty small. And then I've added the carousel that she rides on at one point, her little bird, her hat. Winds in the east are a big thing, so I added some wind. She's got a parasol. There's a whole part about the women's right to vote in there. There's this funny little penguin group that she works with. There's a letter, okay, there's a kite. There's all of these different details, and this takes up the whole page, right? This tells you that this was a magical album for me. This story meant a lot to me, and this music meant a lot to me, and it gave me this childlike wonder, okay? This page, on the other hand, just tells me that I like this album and not much else. So as you continue to work through planning out your zine, think about, how can I push this? How can I add more detail? You know, if you're drawing that you really like the summertime, think about how you can take something as simple as, you know, I like the sun, okay? Summertime's really cool. I've seen some folks that just have a simple sketch like this, right? Okay, cool, you like the sun, I guess. And then they write, I like summer. Think about, can you draw your favorite type of ice pop to get during the summertime? Can you think about, you know, do you like that the temperature is so hot? You can draw a thermometer and show that the thermometer is gauging that it's really hot outside, right? Can you add in your favorite music to listen to during the summer? Expand your idea. Instead of using as many words, think about using images, okay? That's the big part about this zine, is how we can turn our ideas into many, many different images that all represent the same idea, okay? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to open your zine today after you've finished your planning document. I want you to open your zine, and I want you to start on page 1. How can I expand my idea from just this Mary Poppins album, right? Just this one small thing, into a whole picture, okay? I'm not expecting it to look like this, okay? You can feel free to use the stencils and the stamps that are over in our supply area, okay? But don't use any markers or colored pencils quite yet. I hope you have a great class, and I will see you soon. Thank you.